Alright, this is a LearnWake analysis, and it's analyzing jaso's user clip upload of a Heelside Heelside Backside 360 attempts. So let's check this out and see what we can figure out. The first thing I noticed right off the bat is how quickly you're turning or starting your edge. So let's watch this pretty sharp turn. So that's too sharp of a turn, and what that's going to do is it's actually going to make you go too flat at the wake. And you can see that right there, how you flattened off. Let me rewind it just a touch. So right there, that's way too flat. And what that does is it makes you take off a little too tail heavy. Now you're going to naturally take off tail heavy for Heelside Backside 360s. It's just kind of the nature of the trick. And I'm going to switch between two clips. One of Robert Sitchell doing a backside 3, and you'll see how he actually takes off tail heavy as well. Not quite as much as you, and we're going to get to that in a second. This one isn't quite as bad, but there's some attempts that we'll check out. Let's look through this, and let's stop you right on the wake. That's a little bit too tail heavy right there. You're not going to be able to recover from that, and it's going to make you too tail heavy on the landing. So let's go ahead and play through this, and there we have the same angle. Remember the general rule of thumb in wakeboarding: the way you take off is the way you're going to land, unless you do some sort of recovery in the air. So you're taking off way too tail heavy on the takeoff, which is making you land way back over the tail as well. So let's check out Robert's clip. Let's switch between clips. Let's go to this, actually to the slow-mo one. Let's let this play through. Now see how slow, his turn's a little slower, but right here he takes off tail heavy too. Not quite as much as you, but then as he gets into the air, he recovers and he straightens his body out, and then he's even over the board on the way down as well. So he took off a little tail heavy, but then leveled out in the air, and that's something that you're not actually doing. Let's check your next attempt out. Still, we have a pretty sharp turn, and then too flat at the wake, and then this one's not quite as bad, and you weren't quite as bad on the landing as well. Let's rewind that just a little bit. Yeah, so you're a little bit straighter up over the board. But I think that's your big problem, is you're taking off a little too tail heavy, but that is caused by the sharp turn. I would try to be more gradual on your turn. Let's check out your last attempt. So here we have a pretty hard turn, flat edge, not too tail heavy, but then you're kind of tail heavy on the take or on the landing as well. One thing that Robert does that you don't do is he actually does a trick before the trick, and I'm sure you've seen this video on LearnWake. He actually does a backside air before he actually initiates the rest of the spin. So as he takes off, backside air. His upper body is really quiet, and that allows him to pause for a second before really getting into the spin, and allows him to level out and get back over even on his feet. So let's check out the slow-mo version. So here's the backside air, and then there's the spin with the body. You can see how his body kind of speeds up after he does that. Let's switch back to yours and see if we can see that in your spin as well. I think that's one of the main parts that you're lacking. So looks like your upper body went first, the board kind of went second to me. Let's look at another one. Yeah, you can see your shoulders really getting thrown into the trick instead of the board leading. If you led the rotation with the board by doing a backside air more first, your shoulders would stay more level. Look how high your front shoulder is and how low your back shoulder is. I think that's one of the main causes of the problem. So try to think about doing a backside air first and then just continuing the rotation from that backside air, and that should keep you a lot more level in the air. And I think that'll fix your problem. Alright, thanks for uploading the clip. Hope that helps.